Hello, dreamers! Today, I want to have a discussion about a hot topic within the Dreams Discord. Now, a lot of people are talking about Media Molecule's 10 years plan, which they have mentioned in interviews in the past. A lot of people have been theorizing what the plan entails, and whether this plan includes stuff like DLC, toolkits, story packs, and the like. This is going off of similarities between Dreams and Little Big Planet. Little Big Planet had plenty of DLC. That included the former toolkits and story packs, as well as costumes for Sackboy. In Dreams, however, how would this be pulled off? Would Media Molecule make story kits bundled with tools like before? Would these include licensed characters like Marvel, DC, Toy Story, etc.? Or would Media Molecule just straight up sell toolkits with just brand new tools? Dreams is a very complicated case when it comes to monetization. With a game that is heavily focused on user-generated content, usually they're heavily monetized to pay for things like server cost, maintenance, and storage of the objects, and customization of characters. This is seen not only in user-generated content games, but in MMOs, as most MMOs that store your character stats and custom features require you to pay a monthly fee. Or, if they're free-to-play, they usually have microtransactions. So, the question is, would Media Molecule employ the same monetization aspects that they did in Little Big Planet, but in Dreams? I don't believe so, no. Dreams is simply not compatible with the majority of Little Big Planet's DLC scheme. Dreams has the potential to make entire hours-long games, and the tools can make something much faster than in Little Big Planet. Therefore, I believe that any story packs would be focused on other intellectual properties would not be possible, as it would in many ways be a danger to those intellectual properties. It would be too much for those IP owners to deal with, so they would simply not agree to such deal. However, story packs in general, I believe, would still be able to exist. They would simply be new ideas or expand on something that Sony or MM owns, like Little Big Planet, for example. A lot of people don't even get to experience the online portion of the game. To some people, Dreams might just be the story in the DLC. I say this because at one time, I was browsing Facebook one day, and I saw Media Molecule post something, and someone in the comments were asking for Little Big Planet 4, as they had finished all the content available in 3. Which is theoretically impossible, as the community has made millions of levels, so story packs are still a possibility, just that there would be less of them. As for tool packs, however, I believe that it is in Media Molecule's best interest to give away new tools for free. Dreams is going to be so much bigger than Little Big Planet, and segmenting the tools in the community is just not a good idea. Also, unlike in Little Big Planet, there is a much larger emphasis on asset creation and sharing. If someone makes and shares something with a tool that you don't own, can you still use it? The answer in Little Big Planet is no. In Dreams, there isn't much room for the word no, so let's hope that Media Molecule keeps any new tools free. Now, with those two options out of the way, how would Dreams make money over time to keep it existing for many years to come? Well, I believe the creators may actually have a solution to this. Fawnover, whose Dreams YouTube I will put in the description, started a thread on Reddit about this idea. Now, this idea has been floating around for a while now, but it recently was brought up in the Dreams Discord where heated debate was taking place about it. So much so that we scared off Tom. But basically, the Reddit post is about the possibility of user-generated content being sold as a possibility of monetization for Dreams. Now, the main idea here is that the game would be made and exported and sold separately from Dreams on the PlayStation Store, not in Dreams itself. So basically, this all stems around the rumor. I'm unsure as of recording if this is a rumor or not, but basically, a game development studio has their hands on Dreams, and they have for a while now actually, and have been making a VR game that will be sold separately from Dreams on the PlayStation Store. Game Informer streamed during the beta and talked about it even.
Media Molecule did say when we were there very cryptically that there is an official studio using Dreams to make a ooh, this is already good. To make a VR game that will be sold on the PlayStation Store. So it's crazy that before the game's even already out, people already understand how big it is. And I saw there was this developer at Double Fine who's been there for a long time, and he said, I've been playing the Dreams beta, and I think it's the single most powerful or important piece of software ever made. It's like, yeah, I felt that way after seeing Media Molecule use it, but like seeing a game developer say that, I was like, yes, this is all we want, is just this speed of access to these tools. That's so exciting.
Now, this rumor has been around for a while now, and I'm unsure if the source was from Media Molecule themselves or someone else, but if it was from Media Molecule, then it was most likely during an interview with Alex or one of the other developers. Now, regardless if this rumor is true or not, it brings up the question, if Media Molecule and or other developers sell their game made in Dreams, why can't I? That's where the potential of monetization comes in for Dreams. Regardless of execution, if people could make games in the Dreams engine with Dreams' tools and sell it on the PlayStation Store, that would be amazing. Not only would it bring people together to work as large teams to make the best possible games and large games, it would also encourage people to do their absolute best so they could have the chance at selling their future games on the PlayStation Store. This would also create a potential earnings for Media Molecule, as they could take a cut of the sales of the game, since, they made the engine and all. The split of that money could work in multiple ways. If we want to do the best possible way, it could look something like 70-30 in the favor of creators, with the 30% being split between Media Molecule and Sony. However, knowing that's probably not the case, and the fact it may get around Sony's licensing fees if you publish through this system, it would most likely look like a 70-30, with 70% going to creator and Media Molecule, that's split between them, and then 30% going to Sony directly, and then the leftover that's sent to the creator and Media Molecule would be something more like a 70-30, or maybe even a 50-50 split between the creator and MM. Or it could be the same either way, completely 50-50, with the 50% split between Media Molecule and Sony, but 70-30 would guarantee happy creators. Now, many of you may have some issues or questions with this. Many of these were most likely already asked in the Dreams Discord server, so let me go over a few of them and let me tell you what I believe is the most beneficial solution for everyone, including Media Molecule, the creator, and the player. Wouldn't this just doom Dreams, as everyone would hold their games hostage behind a paywall, and everything in Dreams itself would be bad? No, not really. Many other game engines have asset stores, such as Unity Unreal. Now, with Dreams, whether it had an asset store or not, the asset store of Unity and Unreal have plenty of free assets available to use, and many paid ones as well, that sometimes can even be worse than the free stuff. Also, for the game side, there are plenty of examples of places where you can find great free games, such as itch.io, Newgrounds, and of course Flash sites. Now, Flash games may not have the quality that Dreams is obviously capable of, but in Dreams, creating content is incredibly fun and easy. There are plenty of cases where I come up with a great game idea that I'd love to make, but I don't have the time to waste on making the game in a fully capable engine, like Unity, for example. But in Dreams, I'd gladly create and release such content for free, and I believe many other creators share the same feelings. What about the free assets that are available in the game? What if someone used my asset in their game and then sold their game? Would I get a cut? Well, that's a tricky question. There are many ways that this could be dealt with. The game that is sold could be sandboxed, as in everything in the game was created by the creator or team solely, and no one else. Or we could go back to the split earnings thing, as if the game were sold and a percentage of the profits the creator make would also go to the people that made assets that are in the dream. Now, this percentage that would go to the asset creators would most likely be very small at most, and it would depend on how often the asset is used, but I'm thinking somewhere between 0.1% to 1%. Maybe more. It depends on how often the object was used and how integral it is to the game. Like, for example, if a character is used and that is like the main staple, maybe it could be even more than 1%, like 5%, or I don't know, maybe more than that. It really depends on how the asset is used, where it's used, and how often it's used. I believe the easiest option, however, between these two would be to have the game sandboxed, so only the creator and team's assets could be used. But I don't want to pay for anything in Dreams. I just want everything I see to be free and playable once I go online into the Dreamverse. Well, this would be completely different than just paying for a game within Dreams. The gist of the idea is that the game is made and then exported, so it's only included with the Bubble Bath engine, so it will run, and then this game would be packaged into a different app entirely to run separately from Dreams. And this would allow it to be sold on the PlayStation Store entirely separate from Dreams. Heck, if it was even allowed, it could even not say that it's even made on Dreams on the store page, and you'd never know. Well, I'm an artist, and I'd love to make money off of my art, but I don't feel as if I could make a game. Would I be able to sell my content? Well, this is why I brought up the idea of an asset store earlier. Most likely, in order to export the game and or make it sandboxed, the tools for making these paid games would be in a separate app entirely. Now, if this is done, it allows us to have an asset store of Dreams objects, and it could be structured just like Unity's, but you'd be able to take the object and put it in a scene almost immediately. However, this brings up the question, how would artists publish their assets on this store? Well, most likely the creator would have to be selected or apply and provide examples of their work from Dreams in order to be accepted. For a team making games, it would have to be an example of each of their objects that they have made or an entire group project. You'd also be allowed to publish things in this asset store for free, just like in Dreams and Unity. However, you would be wavering your ability to make money off of that object. However, I feel as if a lot of people would publish free-to-use objects. That's why I believe there would be an import option. This would allow creators to have their existing objects in Dreams to be used for free. However, imported content could only be free and not paid for on this asset store. How accurate is any of this information you're telling me right now? Well, this is all speculation. I am not a Media Molecule developer, but this is, in my perspective, the best case scenario that could happen for Dreams creators that want to turn their hobby into a career. And it would allow them more time to focus on Dreams and their free projects in Dreams as well. This is all just speculation, so all of this should be taken as face value, just ideas. Well, that was a long video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope all of you don't disagree too much with my speculation for creator monetization. But in any case, please comment down below on your ideas on how Media Molecule will monetize the game. Will there be level packs, tool packs, or not? Do you think respected creators should be able to sell their work if it is quality controlled? Or do you think Dreams should be a completely closed platform with no monetization at all? Thanks for watching, please subscribe and have a nice rest of your day. Bye-bye!